Hey, what's up, people? This is XX Delta Z XX, or the Humble Drummer, or whatever. This is for my machinima that I'm doing. And so, if you're not really interested in machinima, I don't think you would want to hear this, but if you're interested in directing, you might want to hear this. I don't really care. The story sets out as this is a machinima is based in a video game. It's a movie based in a video game, so that's basically the description. The story is that this group of ODSTs dropped down to New Mombasa during actually Halo 1, and they were the first. Actually, they were kind of the first ODST units at that time, and the armor that they were wearing was a original copy of while they were working on the Mark 6. See, the Mark 6 was usually supposed to be worn by the ODSTs, but then they named it, like I said, Mark 6 for the Spartans, or Spartan, Master Chief. And then they have the ODST helmet, and then like you see in Halo 2, they have like this weird one, and in Halo 3 they go back to it. So yeah. So the story starts out as this main character, Zed. He's the mechanic on the ship, and the ship is named Orbital, and it's actually filmed on Orbital. And what happens is it's a first-person perspective, so you get to see him and stuff. And he's waiting for his squad to come back, and they never come back. So and then he gets something on his radar that a Pelican is going to the ship Orbital. Now, that's what he names it. And then he's walking to see if that's his squad, and then he sees some sparks coming out of the door and then he fixes it with his handy dandy fixer. So he starts fixing the door, and what do you know? Elites start shooting at him. So that kind of sets off as a story, and then it kind of goes into kind of like a horror kind of thing where he's kind of trapped. If you ever seen Alien vs. Predator 2, I believe, they're kind of trapped in that one place. All the aliens are kind of trying to get him. So, or I'm sorry, I think it was just Alien. Yeah, Alien 2. Or I Am Legend is a better example. So he's trapped there. It's kind of a horror. And then what happens is I made several previews of these. So Zed is the mechanic. He's very mellow. And since he's a mechanic, he gets things done in an amount of time and stuff like that. And then there's other characters. And if you look on my gamer tag, and you'll be able to see all the pictures. The pictures are, there's a Sarge, and there's Duke, there's Mike, there's Chris, and there's Alex, and then there's Zed, a 6-person squad. But later you find out there's actually kind of a 7th kind of a squad, and it's a girl leading them where they have to go and stuff like that. Basically a Cortana, or an AI, as you will, if you will. So, Duke is, he's also, kind of mellow. He gets the job done. He is, considered, Laser Man. That's what I named him. He always has to carry a smart laser. He always wants to carry a smart laser and blow some vehicles up. Chris, he's also very mellow, and he's the technical supporter, or just technical. He he makes plans and stuff like that, and where he has to go, or where he has to flank an enemy or something like that. He kind of makes all those kind of things, and his best weapon is a battle rifle, of course. Then there is Mike, the Rocket Man. He is kind of the if you will, kind of the, I guess you could say a kiss-up to Sarge. He always kind of does what he says, and he tries to be the leader, but Sarge always kind of tells him off and stuff like that. And then he is Rocket Man. He he likes using rockets and stuff, and he blows stuff up. And his is especially cool because he has the targeting system on his. But during later, his targeting system, which he built into the rocket, was destroyed. And then you'll see stuff later in the story. I don't want to give too much away, but later in the story, like in Halo 1, there's a lock-on rocket launcher, or in Halo 2, I believe. So they kind of copy his rocket launcher to do that, and then later it's destroyed. So when they keep on copying his rocket launcher to get rid of the target lock-on. So he's Rocket Man, and then there's Sarge. He is, well, Sarge. If I have to kind of introduce him, he's not exactly like all those other Sarges. He carries a shotgun or a battle rifle, whatever he can find. He's good with it, and he fires and stuff like that. And he's a good leader. He's a leader of them. Everyone is their own leader, basically, and they're just all kind of little Master Chiefs, if you will. So yeah, the Sarge, his battle rifle or shotgun, kind of more of the leader of the squad. So. And then there's, I'm still probably going to change his name, but for now it's Alex. Alex is, I guess, dark, if you will. He's the shy one. He never really talks, stuff like that. And so he never really talks. And he just loves a sniper rifle. And there's this very big conversation between I believe Chris and Mike. I already have it down on the script. They're talking about like how mysterious he is and stuff like that, and they really want to know more about him. So he's basically the new one, and Zed, the mechanic, the main character from the first person, was the second new guy, and then Alex came later. So the story sets out as before we get into more story detail, Sarge was actually temporarily a girl that may change later on, but I just kind of wanted to be a little different and stuff like that. So the story is it's a first person perspective of Zed, and then what happens is he kind of goes at one point he falls asleep, and what happens is he falls asleep and he starts dreaming, and then you go back to the crash of where the other squads came from. So they were going to go back home, but then the Pelican, which they're coming back from, got shot, and it broke down. So, and then that kind of takes place, of course, in Valhalla. So Duke and Chris are kind of stuck together, and then the other three, Alex, Mike, and Sarge, we never know his name, it's just Sarge, are together in a Warthog, or when they fell down, they were in a Warthog preparing to drop, and then Chris and Duke are together. I made several previews, by the way. So they're together, and they're separated, and until they actually find each other again. And Duke, you might not think, but he is kind of the second most favorite kind of character. If I would have to compare the main character to Duke, or Zed, I should say, it's a good idea is if you've ever played the game Kingdom Hearts. There's the second one. You kind of fall out as that guy with long hair. Blonde hair. I can't remember his name. And then you go out to Kara again. So that's all I have time for. There may be a part 2. But that's it so far. I just need a capture card. I got Sony Vegas 7. So that's the story of my new Machinima. If anyone wants to be a voiceover out there and looking for voiceovers, thank you so much for listening. This is XX Delta Z XX signing off. Make sure to look at my Machinima. By the way, for now, the story, the title is Rage. That's just the title for it right now. May change later. So that's all the time I got for it. Later, guys.